I'm Jerry Weber, owner of Jerry's Records. I've been in business 42 years. Started back in 1974, 75. And I've always, when I started, I said, I'm going to buy records off people who don't want them and find people who do want them. I'm never going to deal with new records. I'm never going to be a businessman. I'm just going to be the facilitator, so to speak. Back when I grew up in the early 50s, believe it or not, most people didn't have a record. Nobody had a TV. So it was like radio. And then TV came along, the little round ones. But I had an aunt who had, we didn't own one. We were cheap, we were poor, we were on welfare. So I had an aunt who had an old suitcase record player and a stack of 78s. Whenever I could, I would borrow them off of her so I could play them. Now I'm about 7 or 8 years old here. And that's when I first started playing records and fell in love with them. There's between 450 and 500,000 albums in here. And the square footage here is about, pretty sure it's close to 13 or 13.5. Our claim to fame is our diversity, and every genre is represented. We have Albanian goat herding music, and we have Chinese and Japanese. That's our ethnic section. We have probably 3,000 polkas, which I don't know what I'm ever going to do with. People who listen to polkas aren't around much anymore. Also, we have gospel. Oh, we got jazz and big bands and instrumental music and pop. By pop, I mean Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. Then rock, we have alternative, we have reggae, we have blues, we have rhythm and blues, we have soul. Just goes on and on. Well, see, if you buy used records and you pay $1 or $2 a piece for them, and you can sell them for $4 or $5 if you sell enough of them, and that's what I do. So you don't have to put $10 on every record. Now there are rare records that are worth $10. Like I just sold a Townes Van Zandt record for $9, and the guy was jumping for joy when he seen it, you know, because you should be getting more for them. But to tell you the truth, we do have certain sections that we call best sellers, where we put all the Beatles and the Stones and the Led Zeppelin, the Pink Floyd, Grateful Dead, Neil Young, Van Morrison. They're a little more than $5, but they're all in one place. So if you're not a guy who wants to spend 4 hours in here, then you can come in and go right to them sections and find what you're looking for. I just sold all my 45s to Germany, and there was 700,000 of them. First of all, it took up an awful lot of room. I had the guy from Jack White's place, the manager, he promised to buy them, and then he backed off at the very last minute. And the money I was asking is not to them guys, but they started something about we would need to get more space. Well, you knew that going in. I sent the measurement. It's just sickening to send him to Berlin. Now that guy's going to make a small fortune over there. He's mainly a broker. He doesn't even have a store. He just has a big building, and he told me he has 40 people working for him full time, selling records on the internet. Well, that's the way you make money nowadays. You don't make money doing this. How many customers are in here? I think the most expensive record I ever sent was a rhythm and blues 10-inch from 1954 by the Midnighters, who later became Hank Ballard and the Midnighters. I think that went to Canada for somebody up there gave me $4,000. That's the most expensive record I've ever sold, by far. You know, so I haven't found no hidden Elvis tracks or Bowie acetates or nothing like that, like you read about in the paper. I had the best known copy of a record from the 20s called Voice of a Pork Chop by Bogus Ben Covington. And the only person in the whole world was looking for it was Robert Crumb. So we brokered a deal where we sent him the record. He said, okay, what do you want for it? I'd like it, I want it, I'm gonna get it, I want this record. I said, see that little picture down there? I said, I'm gonna send you a picture of me and my son, draw us a shirt. So he drew us this shirt. Now I sold quite a few of these. First day I put them on sale, a guy from Morocco calls me. He said, I would like to order 40 Crumb shirts. I said, you would? I said, where are you calling from? He says, I am calling from Morocco. I want various sizes and I want a substantial discount. And I went, no. Now every month I run 2 auctions, about 250 records each. One's called Psych Rock, the other's called Soul Jazz Funk. That's where I put all my seal records, my imports. That actually supports the store. If I didn't have that money coming in every month, I could never afford to do what I'm doing now, like selling him records for $5. It just, I guess, too much overhead. Well, I like making people happy, but like I said, that it's too hard to make them happy anymore. They say, where are your Smashing Pumpkins albums? And I say, well, no Smashing Pumpkins. I kind of like I said at the beginning, I like to find records and rescue them. That's what I would say I've spent my whole life doing. Rescuing records from dumpsters and curbs and landfills and stuff. People ready to throw their records out to hear about me, I buy them. And if you look down the bottom of the steps, you should take a shot of that on your way out. I'm giving records away right now at the tune of about 5,000 a week because I have to empty out my bargain basement. Now I'm not renting it no more. Vinyl, as far as I know, it's the best hobby in the world. It's better than collecting snakes or iguanas and fire plugs and things like that. So it's amazing. Young people are saving the business right now. Very few gray hair people come in here. It's all people 15 to like 35. Older people, 55 to 65, They either got everything or they've moved on. Jerry's Records is always going to be here, but I might not be because I'm almost 70 years old and I had some health issues that are really taking over. I don't have near the energy I used to. But I have a guy I might turn it over to, an employee of mine, and this store will be here. And if the guy buys it, he's going to get in. He's already half indoctrinated. He knows how to run this place, you know, so he can keep it going in much of the same tradition. And I might even come up every Saturday, you know, for 2 or 3 hours, sit on the other side and visit my old friends and stuff. I told him I'm not moving to Costa Rica or nothing. I'm just gonna relax.